Hello everyone! Today we're ranking lesbians. I didn't mean for this to happen, but the lesbian flag's orange and I'm wearing an orange jumper, so that was not planned, but that's funny. There's actually not a lot of lesbians in media, to be honest. Like, there's enough to make a tier list, but yeah, I kind of struggled to find lesbians, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. Obviously, like, there will be a lot more than I in this video, but I feel like, lesbians are kind of like overshadowed in my opinion. I don't know if anyone will agree with that. I feel like they are very overshadowed by like other sexualities. I mean, they're the first letter in the LGBTQ plus community, so what the heck? But anyway, let's go on my ranking. Patty from The Simpsons is an obvious D tier. Let's be real, she sucks. She's a terrible character and a terrible person. Selma I like a little bit more because she's at least more developed and like has a lot of like issues as well that we find out. And the episode when Patty comes out is really good as well, but yeah, I just think that, like, as a character, she's not that great. But anyway, I don't even know her name, but she's from Onward, one of the worst Pixar movies ever made. So yeah, Disney want to pretend so bad that she doesn't exist, but, like, so obviously there's not a lot to her, but yeah, I'm just putting her in the D tier for that reason. All we know is that she has a girlfriend and a stepkid, and it's like, that's it. We don't know anything about her, and she's a Cyclops as well, but yeah, that's about it. I like, that we don't even know her name either. Like, I had to type Spectre. I don't know if that's her name or if that's, like, because she's a inspector, like a cop. But, yeah. Don't know anything about her. But, yeah, anyway. Mora from Disenchantment. I talked about her before. She's only in the C tier, though, because, like, she's not that interesting of a character, in my opinion. Like, she's a voice actor in the show, which is quite funny, and I like that. But, like, all she really is Bean's love interest. And also an ex machina, because she saves Bean so many times throughout the show. And it's like, come on. It's good that you're saving your girlfriend, but still. Natasha and Spinnerella, yeah, obvious, what's it called, C tiers. Because like I said in my She-Ra ranking, they're just too underdeveloped, and it's like, come on. You should have developed them a bit more. Obviously, like I said, they got more development in Season 5, which was cool, but just wasn't a lot, And I would have liked to see them more. Spinnerella is voiced by Nate Stevenson as well, though, who is the creator of She-Ra. And even then, Natasha got more development than Spinnerella, because Spinnerella was, like, chipped by Horde Prime, so she was under his control, so yeah. Miss Pink and Forcible in the P tier. If you didn't know, they're lesbians. They had to kind of keep that hidden, because, Coraline is a children's film, and obviously kids back in the early 2000s couldn't handle lesbians. I wonder how many of them have lesbian parents, though, because, yeah. So, even though they kind of had to hide it and, like, just play Miss Spink and Forcible off as, like, roommates, basically, I do think they're funny together. Their dynamic is quite funny. They're always bickering and trying to one-up each other, which is funny. Also, Miss Forcible's got them. Anyway, Lapis Lazuli from Steven Universe. There's a lot of Steven Universe characters on this, because all gems identify she/her, which makes them all lesbians, except for Pink Diamond, but we don't talk about her. I ranked Lapis the lowest out of all the gems, though, because even though I like her, I also get why other people don't like her, because Rebecca Sugar wrote her to be, like, an abuse survivor, but, like, she's kind of the abuser. Yeah, like, but Jasper gave her the choice to fuse, like, and she could have said no, and Jasper would have been like, okay. Like, Jasper didn't force her to do anything, and then she tricked Jasper into fusing, and kept her chained in the ocean while they were fused, so yeah, Lapis is the abuser, so that was a bit of a yeesh moment there, but even then, I like Lapis's attitude, like, it's kind of like myself. Anyway, Velma from Scooby-Doo. If you didn't know, Velma's also a lesbian. Apparently, they wanted her to be a lesbian since 2010, but back then, it was a different time, so they weren't really allowed to show that, but recently, in one of the new Scooby-Doos, she actually had a crush on a girl, which was really good. I don't really watch new Scooby-Doos, though, because the animation is appalling. It really is. Like, considering how Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated looked, that looked awesome. Like, it's really a downgrade of the animation. Like, I'm not okay with that. Give them better budgets. But, anyway, Velma's a good character. I don't know if she's my favorite Scooby-Doo character. That's probably Scooby-Doo, obviously. But I do like Velma a lot. She's obviously the smartest one. But anyway, Lily from Sex Education. I relate to this girl so much, you have no idea. I feel like she's autistic, but I don't think it was ever confirmed. At first, Lily wanted to lose her virginity to a boy, but then she realized that she likes girls and started going out with Allah, which was really cool. She's obsessed with dicks just like me. I'm not even kidding, by the way. Yeah, she like writes fanfics about aliens that are covered in dicks, and this is real, by the way. This actually happened in the show. It shows you like an animation of it as well, which was so funny. But she also believes in aliens, and Anna starts getting annoyed with her about that. And then like the head teacher, by the way, makes her wear a sign basically saying I'm weird and humiliates her. And then she stops going to school and tries to change who she is. But don't ever change who you are for anyone. And then she like is like, nah, I'm not changing who I am. And then Allah just embraces her and like accepts that she believes in aliens and obsessed with dicks. And yeah, that's true love right there. I talked about Allah in my bisexual and pansexual ranking, by the way, in case you didn't know, in case you didn't watch that one. Anyway, Janae and Amaya from the Dragon Prince. They're a couple, by the way. That's why I put them together. So they're actually enemies to lovers, which I used to think I hated that, but I don't think I do. I just think I hate when it's straight people that do it, because straight couples are known for arguing anyway, so yeah. Obviously, LGBT couples can be toxic as well, but let's be real, they're not as toxic as straight couples. But Amaya is deaf and a knight and a lesbian. That's a lot of minorities, so great job on that. And Janai is the queen of the Sun Elves. I'm not even making this up. So yeah, they're at at war with each other, and Amaya actually tried to kill Janae, and then Janae took her prisoner, and then they like started to fall in love, even though Janae's tribe wasn't happy with that. But then they got married anyway, and it was really sweet. She even learned how to sign to propose to her as well, which was really good. I loved that. I think she is learning sign as well for her. Like, she's not fluent in it, but she like is learning, and that's really sweet as well. That's really nice. Anyway, Freddy from Stray Gods. I talked about this with Grace as well, but Freddy's one of like the love interests you can end up with. In my opinion, the love interest she should end up with. I ship them so hard. I do not ship her with anyone else. I think it's weird that she ends up with other people, but I get it's like a choice thing. The one I watched though, because I didn't play the game, I only watched someone play it. She died, which I was like, oh my god, I thought she was gonna end up with Grace, and it turned out I was kind of right, but yeah. I didn't like the one that I watched, the one where she was killed off. That was actually quite sad. I like Freddy and Grace a lot, but yeah, Freddy is a lesbian in case well, obviously. And it's too bad I didn't get to know her that better because she died, so yeah. Anyway, now it's time for the A rank. Jenny from Dead Boys. She is so cool. She has a butterfly tattooed on her neck. It's so cool. The only thing I don't like about her though is that she's a butcher, so yeah. A butcher lesbian. Oh. So, there is one moment where she almost died. So she has a secret admirer who turns out to be the librarian of the town, and I'm okay with that first, and like her sending her letters, being like, you know, I'm your secret admirer, blah blah blah, because that's quite sweet. And then like she finds out it's her. They go on a date, and then it turns out that the librarian, whose name I don't remember, has been stalking her this whole time. And then when Jenny is uncomfortable with this and tells her to leave, she gets one of her butcher knives and tries to kill her. But fortunately, this is actually maybe why she is a butcher in the first place, from a story perspective. When she runs away and hides, she goes into the butcher room and she slips on the stalker, by the way. The stalker slips on the blood and then falls and hits her head on one of those spike things that you put the meat on and dies, and then goes to hell where she belongs. So yeah, that was a close call, to say the least. Anyway, Bismuth from Steven Universe. I love Bismuth a lot. I feel like, you know, she's kind of a controversial character, though, because, like, in your debut episode, she, was bubbled by Rose because Bismuth wanted to kill the diamonds, but obviously Rose was secretly a diamond and was like, no, so she bubbled her. And then Steven found her and unbubbled her, she reunited with the gems, blah, 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 blah. Then, like, tried to kill Steven because she thought Steven was Rose. And then, like, bubbled again, but then later on, Steven unbubbled her, and then she, like, joined the team again. And now she's at where she is at now. She's the least developed of the Crystal Gems, though, which makes me sad. But I like her still. I love her hair. And she's living the best life. She also is in love with Pearl as well, which, speaking of Pearl, yes. Maybe it's an unpopular opinion to rank her so high, but I like Pearl. Pearl was Pink Diamond's servant, in case you didn't know. And when Pink Diamond became Rose Quartz, obviously Pearl had to do what she was told because she was her servant, and followed her as well. But then Pearl was in love with Rose. Not Pink, but Rose. And the way Rebecca Sugar explained it was if, like, Alfred was in love with Batman and not Bruce Wayne, which, that's a fair way of looking at it, I guess, but it's still a bit weird. But then, like, when Rose died, when she had Steven, she was there to protect Steven, but her whole arc is to move on from Rose and learn how to be independent, which is done really well. She has a really nice singing voice as well. I might do a ranking of the Steven Universe singers, like as singers. That would be a good one as well. But anyway, Imogen from Heartstopper. So, an unpopular opinion, Imogen's my least favorite of the Paris squad. I just like, I don't hate her because I do like the way her arc is now, but I did not like her in season 1. Or in season 2 a little bit, because she just wasn't a bit annoying. But in season 3, when she realizes that she's never actually liked boys and she only thought she had to like boys, that's done really well as well. And I really hope in season 4 that her and Sahara end up together, because I really want that. Her and Sahara like each other, but they're kind of in a weird place right now. But anyway, Perfuma from She-Ra. Perfuma is also trans, so I will be talking about her in my trans ranking as well. Spoiler alert. So she has plant magic and she's a hippie, so I kind of feel like she grows her own weed at this point. Like, I actually do believe that. That would be so funny. I really like her a lot. She's one of my favorite princesses. As you all know, Entrapped is my, like, favorite princess in the whole show, but Perfuma's good too. She has a positive outlook on life as well, which totally is the opposite of Mermista as well, which is funny. And if you didn't know, she ended up with Scorpio in the end, but we'll talk about Scorpio soon. Anyway, Aisha from Sex Education. Another deaf lesbian. Why are all the lesbians deaf? I like Aisha as well. She, likes to gossip, even though her friends at the school she goes to have a gossip jar because they like to have a positive outlook on life as well. But she gets sick of it as well, but she has just puts up with it because they're her friends. I don't remember who she ended up with in the show, though. I'll need to look that up. I don't think she ended up with anyone. You know, she's a deaf lesbian. I mean, we can't have her end up with someone, can we? But I do love her a lot. I didn't realize she was deaf at first until, like, she didn't hear what someone said, and then I realized, oh, okay. And then I put the two and two together. So, yeah. Amethyst from Steven Universe. I'm pretty sure Amethyst is a lesbian. I mean, I'd be shocked if she wasn't. A lot of people ship her with Peridot, and a lot of people ship her with Pearl, but I don't really ship her with Pearl because Pearl's literally the one that raised her and taught her how to, like, talk and stuff, so that would be weird. I mean, they found Amethyst as, like, a broken gem and then raised her as their own, and now she's, like, in a much better place. Her arc is about her being insecure about her height and the fact that she's a off-color gem, which means she came out wrong. She spent too much time in the earth, so that sounds out of context. Gems come from the earth. Like, they literally inject stuff into the earth and grow them, but they suck up all the life out of them. And she doesn't like the fact that she came from the kindergarten, it's called, but Pearl thinks that she should be proud of that. And when she sees that all the amethysts are just like her and are all, like, silly and defective and didn't come out right, that's when she accepts herself for who she is. And her arc is probably the best out of all the show, minus Steven, probably. Vaggie from Husband Hotel. Vaggie is Charlie's girlfriend, who I talked about last time as well. I do have to say, though, her pilot voice was so much better. Like, in the main show, her voice actress sounds so bored. Like, she's never voice acted in her life. But I don't know her name, but you know who voices her? The voice of Mirabelle from Encanto. How is it that she voiced one of the most expressive sounding Disney characters ever written to sounding so bored, like she doesn't like the role? Like, how did that happen? She is a good singer, though, I will give her that. But anyway, Vaggie is... So if you didn't know, Hazbin Hotel takes place in hell. Charlie met Vaggie during one of the exterminations from heaven. They exterminate all the demons every year. Vaggie is actually an angel who was banished from heaven for taking mercy on the demons. So yeah, Vaggie is now a fallen angel, like Lucifer. So I wonder if that's what made Charlie attracted to her. That would be quite nice, actually. Yeah, they are a nice couple. I do like them together, but like I said, I kind of wish they were that she was the way she was in the pilot. Anyway, Darcy from Heartstopper. Darcy is non-binary, but they still identify as a lesbian because they only like girls. At first I wasn't sure if that made them a lesbian or not, but apparently a non-binary lesbian is a thing, so they qualify for this list. I didn't like Darcy originally either until season 3. It's not that I didn't like them, it's just like they were a bit much, in my opinion. Because they're all, like, they were the kind of lesbian where, like, you know, they make everything about being queer, and I don't like people like that make everything queer. Blasphemy, I know. Hopefully you know what I mean by that. But when they came out as non-binary in season 3, because the actor that plays them is non-binary, and they actually got to be themselves in the show, I liked it a lot. They're still the kind of, like, queer person that makes everything queer, but I do like them a lot better now that they've like found their authentic self and are in a good relationship with Tara. They live with their gran as well, and they've cut their mom out of their life because she wasn't a toxic human being. If you remember, I ranked her the lowest of all the Heartstopper moms. So yeah, I like Darcy now. Catra and Adora from She-Ra and the Princesses of Power. I shipped them since the prom episode. Like, yeah. I love them so much. Adora's obviously the protagonist, and I feel like she realized she was a lesbian when she met Huntara. If you look at her facial expression when she sees Huntara, she's definitely got a crush on her, 1000%. Huntara is also queer, but I'm not sure if she's just a lesbian or bisexual, so I didn't include her. But, you know, Adora and Catra are... Catra is one of the most complex villains in any show, though. I mean, she is conflicted because, you know, she feels like Adora abandoned her, and then, like, feels like everyone abandons her, and then she starts to feel like maybe she drives people away. A lot like Blitz, actually. Her arc is very similar to Blitz, yeah. So, I'm not going to go over everything in case if you haven't seen She-Ra and you want to watch it, but their relationship throughout the show is very good. They go from friends to enemies to lovers, yes. But Scorpia, also from She-Ra, I outrank them because I love her so much. She's so cool. She's so nice, despite the fact she grew up in the Horde. Her kingdom, like, was the Scorpion people, the Scorpiones, but they gave up their kingdom to the Horde when they landed on Earth. So she was, like, raised there, and it is a kind of shame because she is so sweet, and I feel like she would have had a much better life if she got to be a princess like the other princesses. She reconnects with her runestone, where the princesses get their magic from as well, and yeah, everything about her character is just great. She doesn't really get as much development in Season 5, because she also gets shitched by Horde Prime, but even then she still ends up with Perfuma, so yeah. Okay, so, I'm recording this part the next day, because, I, recorded that the day before I started Season 2 of Arcane, and, turns out that Vi is a lesbian, and I should have seen that coming, because I did ship her with Caitlyn, but I don't know why I didn't see it coming, so yeah. Vi is... I'm going to include Vi in the tier list. So, if you saw, she originally wasn't there, and I originally had a different jumper on, so that's why, just so you know. I wanted to include her after watching it, so yeah. I'm glad I still had time to fix this, though. Yeah, Vi is a great character. She's been through so much that because I feel like she's, like, around 16 or something, or maybe a little bit older, but no child should have to ever go through the things that she's been through. Because I know all of the characters in this list have been through so much, but Vi's been through a lot, you know. And right now, she's literally at war with her sister. Not just like a, oh my god, you stole my boyfriend kind of thing. No, she's literally at war with her sister. Her sister has murdered many people, and she's trying to kill her now. So yeah. When they were almost caught, Jinx is her sister, her and Caitlyn, who is an officer, and Jinx killed Caitlyn's mother, so yeah. Her and Caitlyn kissed, so yeah. But then, like, during the battle, this other kid that Jinx has adopted or something, I do not know yet because the kid hasn't spoken a word yet, jumped in front of Jinx before Caitlyn was about to shoot her. So then Vi was like, no, you can't do that. You might miss and hit her. So, yeah, that happened. So then Caitlyn fell out with her, and now Caitlyn's, like, become, like, the sergeant or something that's going to take down Jinx. So, yeah. The show is heavy, by the way. I almost don't want to recommend you watch it because it is that heavy that it brought me to tears. There you go. But anyway, Amity from the Owl House. I love Amity so much. This is another enemies to lovers story, so that's cool. I thought I didn't like enemies to lovers stories, but then I thought about it, and I think I said that last time actually. I don't remember because it was yesterday, but yeah. Her and Luz's relationship is very good because she starts off as like your typical mean girl to Luz and Willow, and then it turns out that she's really insecure because her parents basically forced her to ditch Willow because Willow wasn't good at using her powers back then. And then when she was mean to Luz at first, but then she started having feelings for Luz that she didn't understand. But then Luz accidentally read her diary and she got mad at that and called Luz a bully. But then they almost got killed by a book monster. This actually did happen. And then that's when she was like, okay, you're not a bully. And then they started becoming closer and became friends at school. And then, she was going to ask Luz out on her prom date, but she was too scared. And I'm not going to go over everything, but they ended up together in season 2, and their relationship was very good. It's just too bad that Disney cancelled the Owl House prematurely, because it would have been very nice to see their relationship even more. But it is what it is. Anyway, Tara from Heartstopper. So, I bet you all thought she was going to be at the top. Well, she is an S tier. I like Tara a lot. She might be one of the more, I guess, boring characters in the show, but I actually do like her more than Imogen. I'm sorry, but I do. I don't really know what else to say about her because, at first because she said what I said about Darcy, that they were too much for her, but that's what she likes about her. She actually does go for a lot of, like, anxiety in the show because there's a part when, like, she, like, has a not as she's like storms off away from the class because they keep making fun of her being a lesbian, and then like there's a part in season 3 when she actually has a full-on panic attack because of universities, and Charlie helps her through it. I said that in my last Charlie video, so yeah, that was really cool as well. I like Tara. Okay, Sally Mae from Hell of a Boss. I love Sally Mae so much. She's not that developed because she hasn't had that many appearances yet, but I love her so much. She's so cool. She's a big fan favorite in the Hell of a Boss community. So she's also trans as well, so I'll be talking about her in my trans ranking video as well, spoiler alert. But I love her so much. I like how, like, her and Millie got their own, like, little episode as well. It was a short, so literally it was a little episode. And they, like, bonded a bit, and she also said how she misses Millie, and I hope she, like, appears in the show more often because of this. It would be so cool if she joined IMP. That if you're watching this, that would be an amazing idea. If it's not too late, obviously, because I know you've planned the whole show out already, so we'll have to wait and see. But anyway, was there ever any doubt who was going to be the top tier? Garnet from Steven Universe. If you've never watched Steven Universe, Garnet is a fusion, because gems confuse with each other, of two gems, Ruby and Sapphire, who are in love, and are both lesbians as well. But there's a lot of controversy because in other countries, they'd make Ruby a boy because, homophobes. And that's when they're like, so Garnet gets married in the show to herself. Obviously, like, Ruby and Sapphire get married. And they made sure that Ruby was wearing the wedding dress as a big middle finger to all of those censors that censor her. Because, yeah, that's like, if you want to have your representation, you have to fight for it. And some countries even cut the episodes entirely, so it doesn't even make sense to the story, the way the episodes are cut. So, like, yeah, you kind of ruined it there as well. But it's fine, it was worth it. The show may have been cancelled and lost its funding because of it, but you know what? It was worth it. It was totally worth it. But Garnet herself is an amazing character. She's all about self-love, obviously, because that's her whole thing. And I really love that as well. She's also the best guardian to Steven, I would say, because Amethyst and Pearl are fine as well, but Pearl's almost killed Steven a bunch, and Amethyst is more like a big sister to Steven rather than a guardian. So, yeah. Garnet is probably, like, Steven's proper mother as well, because she's the one that basically raised him. Like, his dad obviously helped, but yeah, his dad is still a big part of his life, just saying, in case that was unclear. So yeah, I really love Garnet a lot, but anyway, that's my ranking of all the lesbian characters from things that I've, like, obviously watched and played. Let me know who your favourite lesbian is in the comments down below, and if you have any crush on these characters. But don't fetishize them, please, you dirty beasts. And I'll see you next time. Bye!